Greetings, family, and welcome to Live with Chatufa. We are looking at Emerson Mnangagwa's overzealousness, where he continues to push the agenda of the 2030. And because of that zeal, he has started the verification exercise or registration exercise of ZANU-PF structures. We've talked about this in the past. We've also done a show where we were talking about why ZEC is going around, especially in the remote areas where ZANU-PF is hoodwinking people into voting it. And of course, the exercise that was started by Mnyarad's Machacha of wanting to come up with a new register for ZANU-PF supporters so as to prepare them for the possible referendum that is to come. But looking at the exercise so far and how things are happening, reports that we are getting is that ZANU-PF cell registration hits brick wall as members object to the 2030 plan. This is an issue that we have always been talking about, where we were saying that if Mnangagwa really knows that he's loved by the ZANU-PF members and they really want him to go on and on like he claims, then why doesn't he do a a referendum from right inside ZANU-PF or some kind of a secret ballot exercise to check whether the people really want him to proceed? He would find the truth. There is really a lot of disgruntlement that is down there from the cell of the ZANU-PF structures up to national level. There are many people who are against the idea of Mnangagwa going on and on as he wants to purport that is the people that are pushing him. The truth is that he has his own little parrots that are making noise about it. COSVA reports that ruling party ZANU-PF self-verification program failed in all 10 provinces. This could be due to economic hardships and such propagated 2030 Vachitonga. ZANU-PF, the march propagated. ZANU-PF failed to register cells or village, a sign that the Revolutionary Party has lost support on the ground. So the idea of the 2030 is what quite a lot of people are standing against, and this has been a very thorny issue right inside ZANU-PF, with many divisions that are coming up today that we are seeing coming because of this very idea. And Mnangagwa, knowing him as we do, is never going to give up on this idea. He will continue to push it through, or no matter how much it is going to be harming or injuring the party and as well as his very existence in ZANU-PF. So the exercise was meant to really remove people that were supposedly going to be against the plan of the 2030 agenda. So Mnangagwa wanted to get rid of anyone that he might suspect that they could not be on his side in terms of wanting to go on and on, amend the constitution and go up to 2030 as he has planned. So the kind of scenario that we see happening right now in ZANU-PF, it already shows that the general plan of getting to the Mafidi dynasty that Mnangagwa has is likely not going to take off. Because if the resistance is so strong right inside ZANU-PF, what will happen now when it is now at national level, where it is involving everyone else, every citizen who has a right to make a vote? So it's going to be a mammoth task for Mnangagwa. We've always been saying it from the beginning, that the idea of wanting to use a referendum to change the constitution, to amend the constitution, which Mnangagwa wants to use as he has parliament in control, but the fact that people will have to vote in the referendum, and two of them for that matter, it's never going to be easy for him. He might try all that he can, but for him to succeed, really, it still remains a very big issue. So Machacha has been speaking, Nyarad's Machacha, who happens to be the national political commissar. He has been speaking about how this division is getting deeper in ZANU-PF because of the 2030 issue. Just a few days ago, we did a show where we were talking about him speaking to the ZANU-PF district, the district membership, especially those that are in positions of power at district level in ZANU-PF. He was actually giving them a warning that those that are running with this idea of wanting to have Mnangagwa go on are bringing disunity in the party. And it has seen quite a lot of meetings that are being held where other people are being left out, or meetings that are being done deliberately to make sure that some other people who may be at work or not informed of the meeting will not be present, just to try and separate and alienate the other people who are deemed to be anti the 2030 agenda. So the 2030 agenda still remains a big story right inside ZANU-PF, and with the factionalism getting stronger as more and more other factions are coming up against this very idea of Mnangagwa. But Mnangagwa is going to simply destroy himself, like what we've always been saying, that in most cases, you'd find that dictators destroy themselves. They want to become so ambitious to the point that their ambition would start to eat into their very safety, especially in the organization. Because right now, Mnangagwa is not safe at all. We have seen him showing a lot of signs of fear and paranoia. And this is a sign that things are not well right in the cockpit. There is fire everywhere. And that fire might escalate and get to a certain point that Mnangagwa may not believe, because he thinks that he is still in charge and in control of every situation. And yet, the truth of the matter is, he is far from being in total control of the situation. Those that are in control really shall be seen where we are going, because as we are getting closer and closer to the total collapse of Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF, we will see quite a lot of fights. And those that wield power shall be seen that these are the people that wield the real power. And it's going to be very, very interesting. Unfortunately, it might turn out to be very bloody at the end of the day. It might turn out to be very violent and might not end well. We've spoken about this many, many times, and a lot of other prophetic words that has been given out there, that Mnangagwa might be removed forcibly if he is not careful of how he is handling the situation on the ground. Right now, for him to continue to enjoy the campaign about the 2030, it's now getting a bit tricky because it is now raising a lot of eyebrows right inside ZANU-PF. And I should think this is why at this point we are seeing the 2030 agenda looking like it has been quietened. But we know definitely that it's not that it's over. It's going to come back again very soon and more vigorous. But the more vigorous it becomes, the more it is also going to become more dangerous, even for those that are standing for that idea. So this is what it is, family. Just sharing with you what is happening. That the cells and the grassroots of ZANU-PF have started to object against the 2030 agenda, which is making it very, very difficult to do the re-registration process that the new political commissar of ZANU-PF has started, showing that Mnangagwa's days are totally numbered. So this is what it is, family. Let's continue to be, praying and believing God for change is coming to Zimbabwe. Remain blessed till we meet again in the upcoming shows.